Hello, everyone. This is Anish Verma, and you are listening to the Empower Your Mind for Success podcast. So, today is my 10th episode. So, first time in double digits, feeling excited about it. And I wanted to share about one of my favorite subjects, passion. And, I always ask everybody I meet, if there was one word you would use to describe yourself, what would that be? For me, it's passion. I'm a very passionate guy, and whatever I do it with a lot of passion and a lot of interest and vigor. So I thought it would be a good thing to talk about passion today, and why passion is important. They say, if your passion becomes your job, you won't feel it like a job, right? So, but chances are that not many of us find our passion in our job. We would rather do it the other way around, and once we get a job, we would try to get passionate about it, which is not always easy. Especially from a business mindset perspective, if you're passionate about your business, it won't feel like work, and you would continue doing whatever needs to be done to make your passion successful. So if you can find your passion and convert that into value for others, you have a great business. And today, in today's world, it is called as knowledge blueprint business or knowledge business blueprint. It's a very, very big business area. Forbes says that it is going to be, a $1 billion a day industry by 2025. Yes, you heard it right. $1 billion with a B dollar a day industry in 5 years. So high time we all find what our passion is and try to convert that into a business for ourselves. So that is why you need to know what your passion is, what your dream is. And if you can find it, then you can take the next step. So how do you find your passion? It's a question that I get asked a lot, and I wanted to cover that under this episode as well. So think about passion as something that you would want to do, whether someone pays you for it or not. So think about that, right? What are you really passionate about? Is it planning for vacations and going gung-ho about it, right? Finding all the right hotels, building the itinerary, day 1, day 2, day 3, this is what we're going to do. These are the places we are going to visit. These are the prices. These are the packages. If that is what you do or you love to do, then you are passionate about travel, right? Some people are passionate about sports. You're watching multiple sports, you're following a team or multiple teams, you are trying to find out about the drafts, who are they drafting, who are they trading. If you do that, then you're passionate about sports. You might be passionate about golf, or basketball, any sport, anything that you can do for free, or something that you would pay money to do, like golf and tennis, right? Most of us pay to play. Then you're passionate about it, right? So think about that. Step back. Find a spot, imagination enhancing spot in your house, in your office, in your backyard, where you can just sit down, chill, relax a little bit, and start thinking about what your passions are. For me, my passions are tennis, personal development, and singing. I can do these three things anytime, any time of the day, any time of the year, and I would rather pay to perform or do these things that make me really happy. And all of us have them. We just have to find them, remind ourselves about it, and we can move forward with it, right? So personal development is one of my passions, and that is why I am doing this podcast. I want to help other entrepreneurs or the weekend entrepreneurs who want to do something more in their life, who are sick and tired of just being normal and doing the daily routine of going to a job and coming to 5 and living your life 5 days, 2 days at a time. Right? That is why I am doing this podcast every day as well, in addition to honor a commitment I made to my mentor. So I hope people listening to this can find inspiration, can find support to move forward with their dreams and passions. So find those three things, what you can do or what you're passionate about rather. And once you find your passions, then there is a way to convert your passion into a business. And there is a lot of support out there to do it. There are a lot of people who mentor people to convert their passions into profits or passions into business. And I am also trying to do the same to help you and help myself. We could take our journeys together as my podcast grows further, and I build my mentoring business further as well, and we could do it together. So that is why I believe if you can find value for others in your passion, then you can make money. So let me give you an example, right? So I was talking about travel, right? So I have a friend who loves to travel. He not only travels with his family, but he travels with his friends. And when he travels, he kind of journals his travel, right? Today I did this. Today we went here. He posts it on Facebook. We all know and we all kind of enjoy his travel and his passion along with him. And I've told him, you can take this passion of yours and convert it into business. There would be several people willing to pay you to help them build their itineraries or share your knowledge about certain places to visit, put that out there in a public domain or under a membership, and people would love to pay you to reduce their time to get to that place, right? So the value there, one of the ways you can deliver value to others is by compiling the content, right? You may either have to you can create content yourself, but you could also compile content and be a reporter of that content, right? You don't have to generate content to deliver value to people. If you can save people time in something that comes very naturally to you, you could convert that into a business, right? So if you think about the knowledge-based business blueprint, right? There are three types of business opportunities there, right? One is a content creator, right? Some people love to take pictures. They love to post on Instagram. They love to write blogs. They create podcasts. They take videos and share reviews or whatever. And that is a content creator, right? Then the other is a reporter, right? They conduct interviews. They talk to other people. They go to YouTube and identify, the top 10 reviews for a product or a top 10 speeches of a very popular person, compile that together and present that as value. And then some are, collaborators or, who collaborate with others and create content as well. So there is several ways, to make money in today's world, especially as a side hustle or something that you would want to do with your spare time, and convert that into money. Now, of course, it takes dedication, it takes patience, it takes consistency. You need to be persistent with it. You also need a mentor who can help you, travel that journey with you. But it can be done, and it is much more easier today than it used to be a long time ago, because you can create the content and reach multiple people around the world. If you get online, then geography is not a constraint anymore, as long as you can share that knowledge with others, right? So that is why I say you got to be passionate and convert that passion into a money-making business opportunity for yourselves. So step back, think about what your passions are, and everybody has a passion. I know some people think that they don't have any passions. All they do is wake up in the morning, go to work, come back, take care of kids, help them, then watch some TV, go to sleep and repeat, right? But everybody has a passion. One another way to think about your passion is to remind yourself of what you used to enjoy when you were a kid. when you were 10 years, 12 years, when you became a teenager, what was the one thing that you enjoyed? And some of you may think, hey, I love to be with my friends. That's great. What did you do with your friends? Did you travel? Did you go to some local places again and again? Did you sit around and talk about certain things? Did you watch sports together? You did something with your friends, right? If you take that or think of that, you can even convert that into value for others. One of the basic principles of doing any business is to create value. If you can create value for others, ethically, people will pay you for that value. But you have to remind and remember that a business based on a value system goes longer. It may be slower, but it goes longer and scales to a very high heights to make you money, right? So business based on value systems, and you have to provide value to others that people are willing to pay for. Only two things you need, guys. You need to identify who your ideal customer is and what are their problems that you can solve. Travel, collecting sport memorabilia or articles about sports and compiling them, or a sports person doing some research. I was just talking to my wife yesterday. Yesterday. That I'm one of my other interests is watching movies, and I love watching old movies, the black and white movies, movies that were made way before I was born. And I'm talking about Bollywood movies because I come from India. That's where I grew up, and I love Bollywood movies. And one of the actors that I like is Madhubala. She's a very, very popular Bollywood actress. What Marilyn Monroe is to Hollywood, Madhubala is to Bollywood in India, right? And I even read an article that was published in the late 1950s that said that, and the article was published here in the US, that said that there is a star born who is very, very popular, and she's not Marilyn Monroe. And they were talking about Madhubala in that article. Unfortunately, Madhubala passed away at the age of 36, 37 due to some health condition. But anyway, coming back to my discussion with my wife, I was telling her I would love to write a book on Madhubala, right? But that'll take me a lot of time to investigate about her childhood, about her past, about her marriage, about her issues in the industry and all those things. And I started looking up on Amazon, has somebody written a book on Madhubala? Of course, there are multiple people have written books. The most recent one written in 2011, right? So 10 years ago or 9 years ago, someone wrote a book. Now I can write another book with some other perspective, or it doesn't even have to be a full-fledged book. It could be an ebook with her top 10 movies and some backdrop of the movies that you can easily find on the internet. Of course, you will have to do some research. You will have to validate the authenticity of the content on the internet. And that is how you can create value as well. So that is another example, right, of how you can create value and share it. And believe me, there are people who would pay to know more about Madhubala or your passion. You are not the only one in this world with that passion. There are many, many, many people. And truly to be a millionaire, I mean, for me, being successful in a business is to make at least $1 million a year from one business, right? That is my metric. Doesn't have to be yours. You may be happy with $500,000 or you may be happy with 10 million. Doesn't matter. Pick a number, right? But to be successful, to be a millionaire in a business, how many people do you think you need as customers to buy your product? Not more than 1,000. Can you find 1,000 customers for the value that you can create out of a passion in this world with billions of people all around and most of them on the internet? I'm sure you can. It's not a big endeavor to get those people. And the competition is not that high when you have to get only 1,000 people, right? So there's a lot of money to go around, guys. Abundance mentality is something that all business owners think about. the business owners who build their businesses on a value system, right? I'm not talking about cutthroat competition where competitors cut their competitors' legs underneath of them, and they cheat and they do a lot of other things. And you might be thinking, yeah, Anish, but that is how businesses are run. Not true. Not really true. Companies that are built on value systems last longer, guys. You're not talking about making a quick buck here or making $1 million just for yourself. You're talking about building a legacy for yourself, for your family, for your children who would want to continue. And if they don't want to continue your business, that's fine too. But you would leave a legacy, you would leave a mark behind based on which people will remember you. People will talk fondly about what you did for the community. Right? So think of your passions from that perspective, right? Being rich is not just a privilege. I believe being rich is a right that we are all born with. We all are meant to be rich in terms of money, in terms of spirituality, in terms of intellectual capacity, and even from a health perspective, right? We are all supposed to be rich in all the three planes that we live our lives on: physical, intellectual, spiritual. So I believe, you might have guessed, I'm very passionate about talking about passions for people. So when I meet people in a group setting or sometimes for the first time in a social gathering, I very easily gravitate to people who talk very passionately about whatever that topic is, whether it's a political issue, a religious issue, a spiritual issue, right? People who are passionate are someone that I always get attracted to carry on a dialogue, because they are the people who care about the issue that they're talking about. Right, and there are so many issues going around in the world. Some of them very, very sad, very unfortunate of what's going on. With the African American community and the law enforcement. It's very unfortunate, but it's where we are in the world today. And with this quarantine, being home for the last 3-4 months, it's just increasing the pressure in the pressure cooker situation. So anyways, step back, take a break. We are all quarantined in our houses anyway. Think about what your passions are. See if you can create value out of your passion. If you need help with that, do reach out to me. I would love to help you. And remember, you have unlimited potential. You just have to own it. Until next time, take care.